Hello everyone. I don't think I've been online for a little while, for a good year and a half or so. Um, I guess my life has changed a little bit, change of jobs, change of where I'm living, so I thought I'd give you a bit of an update. So yeah, I've left London now. I've changed jobs, and the last job was a contract and ended. So I'm now living in Leeds and I'm driving to work every day. So it means I'm not cycling to work every day that I was doing in London. So I'm getting a bit fatter. So I need to try and sort that out. And I guess I just thought I'd explain where I'm up to with my, investigation around brain fog and chronic fatigue. So I registered with an NHS doctors in Leeds. I talked them through where I'm up to, and they recommended a referral to the chronic fatigue unit in Seacroft. I actually asked for a referral to a neurologist, and they said, well, they can't do that. They could only do that by being referred to this unit. But there was at least a 6-month wait to get to this unit, and currently, I think about 3 weeks on from that appointment, I'm still waiting to be added to that waiting list. I rang up about something else, and they said, "Oh well, we need some blood tests." They didn't inform me in any other way. And then when I'd given the blood test, then they said, "Oh, we do need also a urine sample." We forgot about that. So, yeah, instead of giving the bloods on the day of the appointment, I had to go to a different hospital for that. So it's 3 weeks behind, and I'm still not on the 6-month waiting list. So I was a bit frustrated with that. And I think actually that unit itself is unlikely to refer to anywhere else because it mainly deals with CFS patients, and mine's more undiagnosed chronic fatigue, not the syndrome. So it's unlikely they'll be able to refer on. So I decided to stump a bit of cash and go and see a private GP, and they were really helpful. I had more time with them. I didn't feel I was being rushed and had to get out the door. I felt like someone cared, and that's quite an important thing that I've found lacking in NHS GPs. Definitely more recently, but it seems to be getting worse. So yeah, she suggested that I should have a referral to a endocrinologist who is a specialist in hormones. That specialism hasn't even been mentioned to me in the 8 years that I've had problems ever. She said that can cause a number of changes, disturbances to sleep, etc. So I'm waiting to see a specialist in that area. I think I'll be waiting about a month maximum, might be a bit shorter. She also suggested, see that first, see how that goes, and then see a neurologist. And she understood, even if they can't confirm something, at least I can rule something out, and that's a step in the right direction, and that's important to me. So that's quite a big move forwards. In terms of the day-to-day management, I guess there are about 3 or 4 main things that I've noticed do help to manage symptoms for me. So going to the gym. So if I go before work or at lunchtime and I go through HIIT, so high intensity interval training on the treadmill, that does help. So I'll run as fast as I can for 40 seconds, then hop off the treadmill. I'll put my feet either side of the treadmill for another 40 seconds to rest, and then run as fast as I can again. So it's that on off for about 15 minutes, and I feel that really kind of shocks my body into providing some energy that I can use for the rest of the day. So rather than operating at about 40% kind of wellness, I'm operating at about 60%, 65%, which is quite a big improvement. It allows me just to do my job and be human than without. I've also found drinking 2 strong coffees in the morning with a lot of sugar alongside the gym does help to kind of get me out of the morning. The morning is the hardest thing. Getting out of bed is the hardest thing I do every day. So that's helpful. I've also removed gluten from my diet. So I guess off my own back, I looked at intolerances. And whilst you can't test for intolerances, you can only test for allergies. The 2 main ones are gluten and dairy. So I took gluten out of my diet. So that's basically seen all the foods that I actually enjoy. So bread, pizza, burger buns, cookies, baked goods, really, all this good stuff. Yeah, I had to remove that. But I did see an improvement, so reduction or elimination of my IBS symptoms, which is great. And then the severity of the brain fog isn't as bad. So I'd say it took that numbness out that I was getting. I still get numbness, but it's not as bad. So that's really helped. In terms of dairy, I did take out dairy, but I found that harder to take out of my diet because dairy is in everything that I eat and like. What I have done is try to cut down. So I've replaced dairy milk for my cereal with rice milk, and I found that that's actually not too bad on cereal. I've tried all the other different milks: almond milk, cashew milk, hazelnut milk. Cashew milk was horrible. Soya milk I thought was rank. Nothing really works well with tea. Dairy milk is the best for tea, but what did I find? Coconut milk. A certain brand of coconut milk that actually doesn't taste of coconut was quite good. Probably the best thing because it's kind of creamy. Can't remember the name of that, but I'll come back to you. So I think, yeah, changes in my diet in that respect. You know, I've always eaten fairly well, but just being a bit more consistent with eating a few more veg than fruit. So less sugar. Let's see how that goes. And I guess I'm getting by. There's some days that I hate, you know, that I don't feel myself, and I feel like I'm quite anxious because I can't be myself, not the other way around. So that's the update. I'm doing all right, you know, job's all right, but and I'm positive, and I'm just continuing that investigation. So if anyone's, you know, had the same kind of problems, then let me know what you've done, what you've tried, and what's worked. I guess everyone's different, and I don't actually know the root cause of the problems, but that's part of the journey, isn't it? So yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, and add any comments to the bit below. So yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.